Alright guys, I'm back. I know I took a couple days off, but what can I say? I was tired of talking about the halving. But today's the day and it's happening in just about an hour at the time of recording, I think. So hopefully this is the last time I'll have to talk about it for a while. It is a historic day with 9 blocks remaining until the halving, and it looks like maybe the market is actually starting to turn around with it maybe putting in an even better hammer candle here on the daily chart than what we saw the other day, and the MACD looks like it's about to cross to the upside. But most importantly, we did bounce off of this red line, which I said was probably going to be the floor right here. I said we could have a wick down below it, and I still think we could possibly do that in the coming days, but usually we start to see this floor forming around the halving date, and then right after that, it's parabolic time. But it's not just the halving that's going to send us to the moon. The IMF even has been slamming the Biden administration for spending as U.S. debt has ballooned past $34 trillion. They said something is going to have to give. I've been talking about how with interest rates being so high, it's getting harder and harder to service this national debt. And as the government continues to spend out of control and taxes are dwindling due to the recession that we're in, something is going to have to give. And eventually, either the Fed is going to have to lower interest rates and they're going to have to inflate this debt out of existence, or they're actually going to have to do austerity and they're going to have to raise taxes and cut spending. And I don't see them cutting spending, so I'm pretty sure they're just going to inflate their way out of it, and it's just a matter of time until they crank those money printers back into maximum overdrive. It says the International Monetary Fund sounded the alarm on the Biden administration's rampant spending as out of line with what is needed for the long-term fiscal stability. The latest forecast on the IMF, a Washington-based group that's tasked with fighting financial crises worldwide, warned that the ballooning national debt and the fiscal deficit threaten to exacerbate sky-high levels of inflation while posing a long-term risk to the global economy. The IMF noted in its forecast that the U.S. federal budget deficit grew from $1.4 trillion in the fiscal of 2022 to $1.7 trillion last year. The debt held by the public, which surpassed $34 trillion, is on course to exceed $45.7 trillion within a decade, which is roughly 114% of the gross domestic product, according to projections by the Congressional Budget Office. With it being more than 100% of the GDP, that means that there is no other option but for them to actually inflate it out of existence, and that's what's going to happen. But the only way to escape this system is to get into Bitcoin and other decentralized cryptocurrencies. JP Morgan, though, says that Bitcoin is likely to drop after the halving, with CoinDesk saying that the bank's analysis of open interest in the Bitcoin futures shows that cryptocurrency is still considered overbought. It says the bank sees downside for the world's largest cryptocurrency after the halving because the market is still in overbought conditions, according to its analysis. Furthermore, the cryptocurrency price is about $61,200 and is still above the bank's volatility adjusted comparison with gold, which sets it at $45,000, and its projected production cost of $42,000 after the halving. The Bitcoin production cost has historically acted as a lower boundary for Bitcoin prices. I was actually talking about how the production cost has been acting as a floor for the price, but it's not at $42,000, and this is just a lie to try to get you to sell your Bitcoin. I've talked about this in the past, and I can go over it right now. I actually have the indicator right here. Currently, before the halving, the production cost is at about $30,000, and it's going to double after that, making it $60,000, which is where we're at, or where the floor is that we actually bounced off of in the past day or two, which is why I've been saying that I thought this was going to be the floor, and I put that red line there. The CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, actually came out and said recently again that Bitcoin is a fraud and a Ponzi scheme, and he says that crypto is hopeless as a currency. Well, really, the US dollar is actually the Ponzi scheme, and Jamie Dimon is the damn fraud. If you didn't know, JP Morgan is actually an authorized participant for the spot Bitcoin ETF, which means that they're making all kinds of money off of Bitcoin, and if they think that it's a fraud, then maybe they shouldn't be involved in this process. But what's even more heinous than that is JP Morgan has been caught multiple times manipulating the markets, with them having to pay back in 2020 $920 million for manipulating the silver market. And if you just Google Jamie Dimon and fine, it says that JP Morgan under Dimon's leadership, I'll just actually call him by his real name and how we should call him, Demon. Under Demon's leadership since 2005, JP Morgan has been fined $39.3 billion across 272 violations since 2000. These are violations that are manipulating the markets and robbing you of your hard-earned cash, and he wants to say that Bitcoin is a fraud. He's just scared that it's going to take the ability for him to manipulate the markets away from him and take away the power that he holds over you. Jamie is a damn demon, and this guy should be thrown in jail, really. Jamie Dimon is the real fraud, and he's a criminal. This is the reason why you should never listen to what they say, and you should always watch what they do. And JP Morgan is invested in Bitcoin, so you should probably be too. And if Jamie Dimon's past actions aren't enough to convince you that he's lying, according to this article on the Financial Times, the crypto miners have been hoarding Bitcoin as the supply cut looms. Cryptocurrency miners are stockpiling near record amounts of Bitcoin, hoping that the token will rise in value and offset a drop in the new supply that will cut the rewards for verifying deals in half. And it's not just miners, big institutions like BlackRock are also trying to hoard the cryptocurrency, but apparently the community is turning bearish and they're just selling all of their crypto straight to BlackRock and these institutions that are getting ready to make crazy money after the halving starts pumping the market. According to CoinDesk, it says the bearish flip in crypto crowd sentiment hints at the coming Bitcoin price bounce. Unfortunately, there is a such thing as dumb money, and as this article says, the masses are always wrong. Wisdom is doing everything that the crowd does not do. American poet and novelist Charles Bukowski said, that holds true for crypto too, and the crypto crowd is beginning to lean bearish on Bitcoin. This is a sign that the current Bitcoin price sell-off may soon run out of steam. Historically, prices move in the opposite direction of mass traders' expectations. Data tracked by Sentiment shows that the number of bull market or bull cycle mentions in crypto social media has been declining since late March, at the same time that the number of bear market and bear cycle mentions has steadily increased. If you guys just look at the price of Bitcoin, it's up, I don't know, like at least 100% over the past year or so. It's actually almost 200% in a little over a year and a half. And if a 17% dip after all of that pumping in just 10 days is enough to make you bearish, well then maybe you are just dumb money and you probably are going to lose a whole bunch. So you probably should sell right now and get the hell out while you have some gains. But if you're not dumb money, then hopefully you're not listening to JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon and these other people that are trying to FUD you. Because every single time we see the halving, which is happening right now pretty much as I speak, the price absolutely explodes, as you can see if you just zoom out and look at these yellow lines, which are the halvings, and the price action that happens right after that. We're on the cusp of something really big, and Jamie Dimon is just trying to do the last-ditch effort to shake you out of the market so that him and his buddies at BlackRock can scoop up your bags and ride it to the moon while you just sit in the corner in your mom's basement and cry because you sold your bag too early. So let me know what you guys think. Is the bull market over and is Jamie Dimon right? Or are we just getting ready to blast off and go to the moon? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.